fucking terrible.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Disappointing Johns. I am DM John, and we are starting up our Humblewood campaign. We have a whole new, well, almost a whole new crew from the other D&D campaign. Meepo's a holdover.
I am always available.
But aside from that, it's mostly new people. Frequent viewers of the stream will know Jokers. He's in here. He's an armadillo.
Waka waka.
And then we have our newcomers playing Bellino, Jasper of Nottingham, and Munin. Did I just hear you like chortle at Jasper of Nottingham?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was Nottingham.
So
all right.
nothing more was unavailable.
All right. So, I guess before we get started, because this is the first time we've actually gotten to all get together. I've been talking to each of you independently. Do any of you guys have questions about Humblewood at all? I mean, it's not a big setting, so I think most of you actually read through all of the pages of it.
Do we know what like these areas of the map are?
Probably, yeah. Alderheart's the capital. Everyone in Humblewood knows Alderheart and the Scorched Grove. The Scorched Grove has been around for as long as anyone can remember.
What's
Scorching?
No one knows what Scorched it.
Huh? Is Ashbarrow
A city?
a spooky place?
It's a city just south of the Scorched Grove.
Huh. All right.
It's called Ashbarrow because Ashbarrow, like literally collects magical ash that blows in from the Scorched Grove. Like that's what they do, and then they use it in like manufacturing.
Considering it's just south of the city, is Mockden like a dangerous place?
It is not especially dangerous. I mean, it can be. All of Humblewood can be dangerous. It's not specifically known for its danger. And everyone would know that Alderheart, I think I mentioned, is the capital. That's where the Birdfolk Council is at.
What's with the light source here?
What light source? There shouldn't be any light source.
There's a light source that's smack dab in the middle of the screen. Right here.
No, there's not.
I'll refresh, perhaps.
Can everyone else see the map?
Yeah, I can see the map. No light source though.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man.
Oh, okay, it's gone. I don't know what the hell was going on there. It was just this big ass light source just slap in the middle there.
I love this map because didn't make the map, made by Shutter Photo. Didn't make
Here's a
any
question.
of the maps tonight.
You didn't change the stream name. It says Legacy of Titans.
I did. This son of a bitch never updates right. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't make any of the maps. If anyone wants to know about the maps, you can use !maps, the maps command, to get a link to the guy who did all of the maps, except for this one. He didn't do this one. All the maps you're going to see tonight are either official Humblewood maps or ones that I took from one particular artist. Because I don't own map making software, and also I just don't have the time or the dedication that Meepo has in his soul to do it.
I just love D&D.
I suspect you don't have a job and you've been lying this whole time, and all you do is make things for D&D.
I've been caught nothing. Now you know why all I eat is ramen.
Anyone else have any questions about Humblewood before we kick off? Or characters or anything?
Nope. No. Wait, I am traveling with Jasper, is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah, you guys arrived in Meadowfen together?
Okay.
Yeah. I found you, and I, at this point in my journey, was unable to travel alone. So I was definitely hoping for your friendship throughout this journey.
Yeah.
I am terrified.
Well, how did there, Jasper? Would you like to hold my hand?
Yeah. Yeah, if we encounter anything else as we go, I definitely like to make skin-to-skin contact, just to make sure everything's okay. Big world out there. It's pretty scary.
Jasper the squirrel. Is he a warlock? I presume from
He is.
Squirrellock.
Yes.
Ah,
Does it say Squirrel Lock somewhere?
Jasper
So
the
I-
squirrel. It says.
Because I don't think so. Nottingham is like his own city. I'm sure he's told. It existed in the Sacred Grove before the calamity, and we were a very proud people. But most people don't know what that is, so I just go by Squirrellock because it sounds really cool.
We'll have to update your name. I think I have you as Jasper of Nottingham on the stream. All right. Anyone else?
Nah, I'm pretty much good.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, our adventure begins in the sleepy village of Meadowfen, which lies to the south of the Scorched Grove and Ashbarrow. It's a pretty calm little farming community. Some of you have just arrived, and some of you have been here for much longer at this point. I think only one of you has been there for a year or more, and that is Alina. Some of you have been there for a few weeks. Some of you, I think, just showed up within the last week or two here. Before any of you, aside from Bellino, arrived, there was a pillar of smoke, a large pillar of smoke off to the north that drew the attention of all of Meadowfen and its elder. Bellino, you would have been there for this, so you know that the leader of the Meadowfen militia actually took a dozen or so villagers with her. Kara Stormsinger's her name. Took about a dozen villagers to go north and investigate the mysterious pillar of smoke, and that was weeks and weeks ago now, and nothing has been heard from them since. No one knows if they're out there assisting people or if something terrible befell them. But in that time, you had seen a handful of new strangers wander into the town that you have been making your home for the last year or so. And they've been assisting around the village. So while you guys have been in Meadowfen, what would you guys have gotten up to?
I owe you a drink, Doc.
Oh, I am a bit parched.
Well, let's find some place to wet our whistle.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll assume Doc and Jasper just rolled into town then.
That works.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Morg, I believe you already told me on the side, but you've just been helping around with manual labor for a few weeks. Is Morg muted? I'm gonna assume Morg walked away. Let's go to muted.
Oh no! Dang it! I was muted. Oh my god! I'm just here narrating, but yeah. I Morg, he's not too materialistic, so he's just been in town scraping up enough gold by helping out to spend the night before he goes on his way again.
All right, and what about you, Munin? What have you been getting up to the last few weeks in Meadowfen?
How big of a town is Meadowfen?
It's not very big. It's a small farming community. It's not the smallest village, but it's only got maybe 50 people in it.
I see. Is there any sort of seedy underbelly to this farming town?
No, not really. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I didn't think so.
Whoa. Quit asking questions.
The farming black market.
I mean, I suppose it's possible if Bellino is shady looking, you may have run into him seeking some sort of shady underbelly.
Excuse me, I work a 7 to 3 job.
Yeah, I guess so. I've just been trying to lay low then, as a farmhand doing as little work as I possibly can.
And Bellino, you've been here the longest. You've been here for a year. What have you been up to in Meadowfen?
I've been working the fields, much like Munin, doing as little manual labor as possible. I'm aiming for a supervisor position.
He's been creating the seedy underbelly.
I've been hard at work creating a seedy underbelly. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you're all going about your normal daily activities in town when suddenly you hear a commotion in the village square. There seems to be a lot of shouting and people seem to be rushing towards it. And anyone who is already in the square would see that there is a wounded Strigg woman that has stumbled into town that's bloodied and is heading towards the home of whom most of you would probably know, except for maybe Doc and Jasper, who just got to town, is the home of the Elder of Meadowfen. Bellino, you recognize the Strigg as Kara Stormsinger, the leader of the militia that was sent north to investigate the Pillar of Smoke.
Yeah, I would like to approach her.
Okay, so you approach her as she continues limping in. She catches herself on like the side of a well as she approaches, and you walk up to her. You're the first to actually approach her closely, as everyone else seems a little bit aghast. She's clearly bloodied. Her tawny feathers are singed and they're flecked with ash and soot. And she sort of grabs you like a fistful of your clothing, and pulls herself up from the side of the well. I must speak with the elder. We're all in grave danger. The grove, it's taken an entire town.
Kira, well, can we get you some help? What happened?
Yes, the fires. They're spreading. Ashbarrow, it's burned. There's nothing left.
Doc, what are they talking about up there?
Something about some fires. If I can see her, I would probably go over and attempt to bandage her up and fix her up.
Yeah, sure. You have proficiency in medicine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so. You're a doc.
Yeah. So you approach her, and you start wrapping up her wounds and ask her to stay still for a moment, presumably. She said, thank you. I don't know you.
Well, the name's Doc, ma'am.
Thank you, Doc. But Bellino, you've got to take me to Elder Ardwin's. Oh. And she sort of starts trying to limp towards the house. It's only maybe a few hundred paces away.
Yes, let me help you. Let's go right away.
All right. So as you start helping her towards the house, the door of the elder's house opens up, and an aged Gallus with like black feathers and sort of sallow eyes steps out, and you can see her eyes widen as she sees Bellino helping Kara, towards the house, and she just steps aside and allows for you to bring Kara into the house and sort of gestures you in. She looks at Kara and she says, "It's clear you've endured much, my child. But what happened? What are the rest of you doing aside from Bellino right now?"
Well, I was just eavesdropping on the whole situation, trying to figure out how involved I want to be.
Okay, so they've entered the house. The door is still open. Are you just lingering at the door?
If I can hear what's going on, yeah.
Okay. Morg?
I'd say Morg isn't like an idle man. So, he was probably busy doing something at this time. Like I'm helping elsewhere, I would presume.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jasper and Doc.
I mean, if she just walked away from me and is still limping, I would probably still follow her. And then if Jasper's not with me, I'd like look over at him and
Jasper is absolutely. In fact, he'll dramatically clear a table once we enter the house. I help.
Okay, so you enter the house and Jasper dramatically clears a table, but Kara is still mostly standing with the assistance of Bellino, so he just sort of scatters the belongings on the floor, eager to help. But no one seems to pay much attention to the mess given the circumstance.
I'm probably embarrassed nonetheless, and I start cleaning up.
Kara sort of takes a moment to catch her breath. Does the town of Ashbarrow, it's burned to the ground. There are hordes of Ember Bats, and by the time we got there, most of it was gone, and there were already 24 bandits there, just ransacking it for supplies. I managed to get away, but between the flames and the bandits, I wasn't able to make contact with any of the villagers that left with me. I don't know how many perished there or how many are still trying to make their way back home, but I knew if I didn't make it back here to let you know what had happened, it might never reach anyone. The elder sort of nods and begins to look a bit worried. Well, this is terrible indeed. With so many of our young men and strong women gone to Ashbarrow already, I can only pray to the Amarantine that they're not lost. But first things first, we must let the Birdfolk Council and Alderheart know that this has happened. Kara, how many bandits were there again? 24? And Kara sort of nods her head, and Elder Ardwin sort of looks around, a little unsure of what to do, and she says, I don't know that we have enough people here to both defend Meadowfen and make their way to Alderheart, especially if the roads are as dangerous as you say they are. And you can see her eyes glance to the three of you, Bellino, Doc, and Jasper, and she says, I hate to ask this of you two. I know you're mostly strangers, and Bellino, you've become one of us. So I hope that you take this task with some pride. I can only ask that you go to Alderheart and notify the Birdfolk Council of what's happened to Ashbarrow, and that the fires of the Scorched Grove seem to be spreading. You made it here, Jasper and Doc, so I can maybe she wouldn't know your name. You two travelers made it here, so I assume that you can make it to Alderheart with the danger of the roads. But you should speak with Morg. I don't see him, and he's certainly capable of helping on the road. I've seen him lift incredible things here in Meadowfen. I know there's another traveler around here who arrived as well, though I haven't had much interaction with him. I'm not sure his name. Would you do this for Meadowfen? Head to Alderheart and let them know what happened here?
Yes, we will. I speak for the group.
Is there anyone left alive in Ashbarrow?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. There were certainly people still there, but most of them were grabbing their things or fleeing the bandits. A lot of the people I saw alive were still bandits. I'm sure there are people still alive in Ashbarrow, but I'm not sure if they're still there or if they've left. They could be hiding out. It's hard to say. It took me quite a while to make my way back injured on foot. It's been a few days since I left.
I tend to be a help now kind of person, and if there's people who need help now that are there, I might want to just head that away.
Idea.
What'd you say, Jasper? You cut out.
That's a great idea.
Well, it's just north of here to the northeast. If you If you head up, I said northeast, northwest. If you head that way, you'll arrive there in short enough time. Just be safe. There were many bandits there, and with the fire creatures roaming the area, it would prove dangerous for anyone.
Which one of the two caused you harm? Was it the bandits or the fire creatures?
I was able to avoid most of the bandits. It was the creatures. There were dozens of flocks of Ember Bats, terrible creatures made completely aflame, just roaming around the town. I've never seen anything like it. I've heard stories of such things deep in the heart of the Scorched Grove, but never outside of it. Never even near the edges.
Sounds like you were in the real heat of things in there.
The pun.
I'm glad you kept your cool. It's real easy to get hot-headed in situations like that.
The elder interjects, and she says, "Well, if you feel you must head there, I do understand. Helping people comes first. I only fear that Meadowfen may be lost as well if we don't notify the Bird Council to send Perchguard to assist. Could you, or if you do head to Ashbarrow, please ensure that you head to Alderheart after. I'll send a few villagers that way. Perhaps they can make it there on their own."
I mean, out of character, like, are we trying to decide as a group which direction to go, or are people favoring one or the other?
So Jasper is not super interested in moving towards the fire, but he's not going to say that to you. If you're willing to go that direction, he will definitely follow you. He is a complete coward alone, but he's willing to trust your judgment.
Belino, were you alive?
I believe, yes. My two newly met friends. I think the Bird Council must be warned, or else Meadowfen might fall.
I like that idea.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that.
At this moment, Morg, having seen the commotion outside, steps in through the door. Heard a commotion. Is everything all right?
Elder Ardman looks up at you and says, "Oh, Morg, great. I was just speaking of you. I need assistance. We need someone to travel to Alderheart and notify the Bird Council that Ashbarrow has been lost to the flames of the Scorched Grove. I asked these travelers to make the journey, but I was hoping you could assist them. We all know you're very physically adept."
Alderheart. Could be bandits on the way. It's quite the distance. I'd be honored to travel with them.
Fuck yes. Doc, jacked.
I would be honored for you to pull my cart all the way to Alderheart.
He kind of gives you a little side eye, like he's not sure if you're like comparing him to a workhorse or something.
No, that cart is my baby. You'd be good to her.
Bringing a cart will surely attract bandits, but if so, we'll make quick work of them. I'm no stranger to their work around here.
You're right. We'll patch them up real quick. Help them out.
Okay.
Well, we shouldn't waste any time. The sooner the better.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like that one stranger the lady mentioned. The more the merrier. That's what I think.
Yeah, the guy's a real weirdo, but I'll go talk to him.
I'm just creeping outside, alright?
Oh my god, he's right there.
He's one of my folk. Maybe I could reason with him.
About how much days travel is Alderheart from Meadowfen?
Alderheart from Meadowfen is going to be probably a week if all goes well.
Which I'm sure it will.
I sort through my bag and I tell him it's a long way to Alderheart. Perhaps if we should stock up in town before we leave.
Yes, that's probably a good idea, says Elder Ardwin. We have some basic supplies that you're welcome to. If you guys just let me know if you guys are looking for any like basic adventuring supplies, that's fine. Feel free to buy them out of the compendium and just lower your gold. She says, it's my understanding that a meeting with the Birdfolk Council can be difficult to get. If you get a request in writing for counsel from a magistrate, then it may make things easier. Winnowing Reach is on the way there, and perhaps the magistrate there would be willing to assist you.
What's this magistrate's name?
I don't know. I've never met him personally, but Winnowing Reach has always had a magistrate that's close to Alderheart. It's one of the larger towns in the wood.
So, what we're hoping to achieve here, if I get everything correct, we're going to be going to Alderheart in hopes that they're going to send some peoples over here to help protect Meadowfen.
Yes.
From bandits from Ashbarrow.
Well, but bandits are worry enough. The more pressing issue is that the Scorched Grove is expanding.
Spreading. Yeah.
The word Ember Bats, I think, was the word.
My folk like to call them little screechy, flamey things.
Is there are there any other basic supplies that you guys need that you want to buy?
Jasper is.
I'll say Morg is looking to get a healer's kit in case any mishaps happen.
Well, you happen to know a guy that has a healer's kit. Knows how to use one.
Oh, the doc, of course.
Yeah, you can get a healer's kit for. You can find one in town for 4 gold.
For a gold?
Or 4 gold?
For 4 gold.
Did you say I'll pick one up just in case.
Yeah, for
I'll buy an extra one just in case.
Morg's a worry word.
Okay.
Let me subtract Rooney then. 4 gold. Oh, alright. We'll just grab that from the compendium-y.
I grabbed my go bag from my own.
I can't afford it. My bad.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you would like to tend to in Meadowfen?
Can I sell my hand axes?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and sell them for just their normal gold. That's fine.
Let me see here.
I'm sure that the farm people of Meadowfen have plenty of use for them.
Delete. And...
All right. Anyone else have any business at Meadowfen before you guys head out?
Nope.
No?
So are they all still like? Did everybody leave this room or like or this house?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, Morg said he wants to go sell his axes, but I think that's in more of an abstract sense. But everyone would be walking out of the house at some point, yeah. So we can say they're leaving now.
Okay, well, I'll grab the last person as they're on their way out.
Let's say that's Bellino.
Hello, Bellino. looking to get out of town, and I know some important birds in Alderheart. Maybe I could come with. Avoid another ransacking in Meadowfen. Just in case the bats show up. I don't wish any harm to Meadowfen. Of course not.
Well, what's your name, my friend?
Munin.
Munin, you're certainly welcome to join us. The more the merrier. What important folk in Alderheart do you know? I'm originally from there.
Crow or two.
Fair enough. Elder Ardwin, do you think somebody should notify the tenders of what's going on in Scorched Grove?
Yes, I'm sure that the Bird Council will see to it.
All right. Well, if we never see each other again, it's been a nice year. Beautiful town.
Well, I certainly hope that's not the case. May the Amaran team protect. And we are forever in the debt of you, travelers. Thank you. She says as you all leave the house. I guess she's waving goodbye to you. All right. Anyone else have anything they want to do in Meadowfen?
Nope. Pretty much a good deal.
All right.
Start heading toward the eastern exit.
Yeah, you guys.
Doesn't complain about us having to like just turn around and keep walking. Like I won't complain either.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, me too.
Them's the life. Life on the road. That's where I like to be.
Me too. Totally.
You guys gather up at the exit of Meadowfen. Doc, Jasper, and Morg, you notice that there is an additional Horvum with you that none of you spoke to, but seems to be prepped up and ready to go.
Little tip of the hat.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh.
I still didn't hear that.
He said he tips his hat. He just said tip of the hat.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a nod of the beak.
I don't think much of it.
All right, so you guys head out from the town. You know it's going to be about a week's travel up to Alderheart, but it should only take you a day and a half to get to Winnowing Reach on the way, which should give you a nice respite. Anything you want me to know about how you travel? Do any of you lead ahead of the group? Do you guys travel just sort of all together? Who's dragging Doc's giant wagon?
Hopefully Doc is.
If Morg doesn't do it, I'll do it.
I reluctantly do, but yeah.
Okay.
So compared to you, Morg, this wagon is probably more like a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
Doc is a small character, and and his wagon is like a half-size wagon, or maybe even a quarter-size wagon. It's just a little hand wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you make your way about 14 hours down the road. What?
Just a short 14-hour walk. No big deal.
Well, I mean, you're traveling. I should say you make it 14 hours outside of Meadowfen without any sort of issue. As you do, the sun has come up to peak in the sky and has started going down, and evening has started to fall for you. As you
look down at the road and notice my own tracks that we made walking this way.
I'll strike up conversation and say, Doc, was it, for what purpose do you carry around this cart?
Well, it holds all my things.
Couldn't weigh more than 30 pounds, but I just shrug it off.
I now see the possibility of having a ride. It was not possible earlier, but now, maybe. I'll
I was just thinking the same thing.
Thanks for tuning in, Tracy.
I'm about another 20 pounds or so in the cart.
Sneaking
There's
in
more.
more car.
So
What was that? Hang on, my audio.
Jasper climbed into the cart that you're dragging.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little 20-pound guy.
There's no way you actually weigh 20 pounds. Is that how much you weigh?
Yeah, I think it's like 20 to like 30-something pounds most Drabeens weigh.
I alone am carrying 128 pounds. You're like
I am quite small.
20. That's like, it can't be right.
It does say
Is that
20 to 40 pounds, yeah.
Yeah.
They're only like 2 feet tall.
And I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I am a small one.
Which is an adult for Drabeen, for anyone wondering out there.
Oh, he's the mouse guy.
Yeah.
I weigh over 200 pounds because that is an Oreo.
But yeah, I definitely do not want to slow Morg down at all. But if he doesn't really notice, oh hell yeah.
I probably don't. If it's just 20 pounds, like
Beautiful.
just a slight bump in the wagon.
All right, so you all keep making your way down the road, and sort of as the sun begins to set, you can see off in the distance like a wagon with a group of figures ahead of you that seem to be stalled out in the road.
I kind of tense up a bit. Stay alert. Could be trouble ahead.
So,
valuables.
As you guys continue down the road, I'm assuming you're doing that since no one said otherwise.
I would like to step off the road.
Okay. You step off the road to the north or south, out of curiosity.
I will go to the north.
Okay. You step off to the north side of the road and sort of like break away from everyone. And as you approach, you can see 4 hooded figures sort of gesturing violently at a crumpled body on the ground, while a fourth is leaning up against a nearby tree from the rest. There's a small handcart stacked with like bags and boxes of various sizes, and one of the hooded figures goes to the cart and unceremoniously just starts digging through all the packages, just sort of leaving fallen bundles strewn about on the road.
I did owl bandits. I start rushing towards them.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I am watching the rest of my party.
You're what?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just asked you what Jasper said, because I'm only getting like half of what you say sometimes.
I was saying I'm just gonna keep an eye on my party and try to see what everyone else does. I'm not gonna take any initiative or anything or do anything.
Okay.
If I see a crumpled body on the ground, I'm gonna grab my kit and start heading that way.
All right. Munin, Lino.
I'm gonna draw my bow and start heading that way as well. Still off the road and hiding if able.
Okay. Munin.
I'm following, being as committed as I possibly can to letting Morg do all of the fighting.
Okay. So I assume Jasper sort of brings up the rear as you all approach. So, as you get closer, you can see the hooded figures. I guess I said there's 3 and there's one up against the wall. Sort of turn to you, and they start beginning to say like speak. But Morg, you said you're just rushing in, right?
Yeah, I've seen them like rife through the boxes. it's given me like a pretty solid impression that these might be bandits.
Okay.
You know, nobody's really made mention of the fact that, like, he's a giant gorilla man.
He is.
Like, I mean, I know that we've been cool for a whole 14 hours and everything. I just realized that I don't know. I mean, he's just a giant gorilla man cruising through non-gorilla man territory.
Yes, Morg is an anomaly in Humblewood, so it would be something that would be probably something you've never seen before. He had been in Meadowfen for a month at that point, so they had sort of gotten used to the idea of Morg. But you are absolutely right. He is not something normal to be found in the wood.
They rarely leave their village.
Okay. Well, because Morg is charging in, we're gonna have to start with initiative.
Yep, already.
All right. So let me just get everyone.
Plop them.
Plop them and lock them. So, Bellino, you said you were stealthing, so why don't you go ahead and give a stealth roll in the meantime?
What?
Spicy.
Damn. All right. Who am I missing? I'm not missing anyone. There's 5 of you. I know how to count. Who said I didn't know how to count? Okay, so got an 18. All right, let me just do some let's see if any of these guys are aware of you real quick. Not that you'll know one way or another, but I will know. And that's all.
They alert you by hitting you with dozens of alchemist fires.
I figured they would point and scream.
That also works.
All right. And can everyone also give me a perception check?
Could. Do I just click perception?
Spicy.
Yes. And you should, if you select your token. Oh no, you can't select your token right now. Never mind.
I'm
Okay.
quite alert.
So, okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring everyone to the scene here. Okay, so you, everyone except Jasper, it looks like. Everyone except Jasper. Hold on, it looks like the rolls didn't come through.
Man.
Realize why. Boop.
Mine was 19.
Yeah, okay, so everyone
Red
except...
die. Can you mark that down, red die? Thanks.
It
the
is
rolls
marked
are-
down, I see it on your left there.
I see the rolls.
Yeah, I had the screen minimized, which caused it to, which caused it to, like, not do the rolls. Like, not at the same time, so I had to bring it up, and then it, like, it rolled them all at one time. Okay, so everyone except Jasper...
Final Fantasy battle music.
Because Jasper's the only one who rolled under 11. Under 4. Okay, so everyone except Jasper, you guys notice some rustling to the south of you. I suspect there might be someone else lurking in the shadows here. To the south of you, behind or within the tree. All right, let's go ahead and get some combat kicked off. So go ahead and roll your initiatives. If you select your token,
Ooh.
then you can do it like up on the top left with the quick token reference.
The top left.
Yeah, if you click on your token, you have like little. Yeah.
That's.
It's under utility. It's the top one. It's in a weird location. All right. Looks like we are good to go. Josh. Oh, why is your name still Josh?
I think because I didn't click my token before I clicked initiative.
Oh, no, it's because your token's named Josh. So we'll fix
yeah,
that.
Miko on there.
Here's this imposter.
Morgo.
That's what I go by in a different universe.
This is from before you guys had names. All right. Okay, so you were stealthing. Josh, were you just watching Morg charge ahead? Were you trying to do anything? Were you just monitoring the situation?
Yeah, I just pulled my bow out because it looked like Morg was looking for combat.
Okay. All right, well then we're going to go ahead and start combat then, and we'll just go in normal initiative order, and Morg is at the top of it.
Alrighty. Whoops. Gosh, dang it. I thought that was a ruler. Alright. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so I'm seeing that there is a sort of unconscious body on the ground. I charge in and oh, what the heck? Oh, whoa, not on top of that.
You stomp them to death.
They're just completely disregarding the bandits to try and make sure that he's not, or that they're not being like killed or something.
Sure. So you rush in past the bandits who seem caught off guard by you, sort of in your entirety. You do arrive there ahead of them and before they're able to react because of how taken aback they are. But you do notice, sort of as you post up to defend the body, that they don't seem to be unconscious. They are crumpled on the ground, but you can see movement, and you can hear a little voice squeak out, "Help me."
That's all I needed to know. I beat my chest and turn angrily between the two mutlocks.
All right, and if you're done, just hit intern on the tracker. All right, so the Maposh Bandit, sort of surprised by your sudden rush, just draws their short sword and takes a swing at you. I mean,
raise my shield in anticipation.
I pre-shield. And that would be a miss. It's gonna be, God, all the tokens are named incorrectly. It's gonna be Munin.
This is Meepo.
Cool. I was just checking the range on the spell. Is there a way to like? All right, it's 60 feet. How do I draw out a spell on here?
When you cast it, it'll ask you to place a template.
Okay, how do I cast it?
Just go to your spells on your sheet or up on the top, and then just click on it.
Oh, okay. I'm clicking you.
Did it? It should have prompted you. You should be laying down a template. Is it asking you to lay down a template?
It keeps telling me to select a target, but I can't select a target.
Oh, it's Alt. You gotta Alt click someone before you cast the spell.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh yeah, you don't lay down a template for Ray of Frost. It's just a direct attack. All right, just hit damage in the chat.
I don't see anything in the chat.
I don't see it either.
Oh, it's in rolls.
Rolls. Yeah,
okay.
go to the rolls tab.
Wait, no.
Oof.
Nice.
So
Good stuff.
you let loose a ray of frost, and he has his back completely turned to you because he's so focused on Morg, and like you just like hit him right in the base of his skull, and you can see the like frost just creep across like the back of his hood, and it just shatters open, and you can see the flesh under it start to like blacken from the sudden intense cold.
Do you see that? That's called giving someone the cold shoulder.
Alright, stream's over, everyone. See you next week. Alright, and if you're all done, just hit end turn at the bottom.
Alright, end turn. Where's it at? I don't see it.
On the tracker, bottom of the tracker. You got a little fish shape. Right click the fist shape to pop out the initiative tracker.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Alright.
His movement's reduced to 10. I don't know if it automatically puts that in or not.
It does not, thank you for letting me know. Alright, so out from the side, Jasper and Doc, you see another Mapash bandit sort of pop out of the woods to the south of you, where Doc, you had heard some rustling, but Jasper, you were surprised to find that there was something there.
Ruh-roh.
So he pulls back and knocks an arrow on a short bow and fires it at Jasper. And hits him.
Brutal.
So he lets loose an arrow and it sort of flies at you and just sort of skims along your shoulder, opening up a wound there for you. Deals you 3 points of damage, but it'll subtract it from you automatically, so you don't have to do anything.
That's convenient.
All right. And then see him sort of move a little bit back from where he came. It is then Bellino's turn.
Was I aware of that guy?
Yeah, everyone except Jasper was.
I scream.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy his scream?
No.
Hmm?
Or the arrow.
What's this marker here?
That's the beginning of where he started his movement.
Ah.
All right, you're firing an arrow. Oh, down. That's
Yes.
the bandit. Okay.
Down with the bandit.
Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll it.
Well, the music just suddenly stopped.
Fwhack.
What do you want music to keep going? God.
And that
Don't
will
need
be my
it.
turn.
Oh, it's set to loop. I don't know why it stopped. Okay. So that would make it Jasper's turn.
If I take a Eldritch Blast shot on him right now, does he get any cover?
Not from where he is now, no.
Cool. So I'll do that first.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck.
Language.
Yeah, sorry. Language. Damage. How do I do damage?
Just click
For
critical in the chat on the chat card.
Very nice.
Also, there's no language check here. We're an 18+ stream. Holy
Ah,
crap,
ah.
man! All right,
Hooray!
so yeah, as retribution, you show him who's boss. So how do you slay your foe?
Wildly scream with my eyes closed and throw my hand out and hope it hits.
All right. Okay, so you let loose an Eldritch Blast that hits him, and it like sort of throws him back, and he smacks his head on the ground. He's clearly unconscious.
Oh shit! I killed him. Then I would like to head up to. I'm gonna go up to Sorry, I forgot the name, and it's not marked correct. Bellino. I go up to Bellino, and I use my bonus action to help him, which is my special racial ability. So he gets advantage on his next attack roll, or next... Let me read the rule, actually. I
think you need to be next to the enemy, actually.
In order for it to be an attack roll?
Yeah, you need to be next to the enemy, I'm fairly sure, for the help action to get advantage.
Okay, got it. I'll end my turn.
Alright. Doc?
The doctor is out.
I guess I'll narrate for Doc. So Doc's gonna move forward.
Oh, sorry, didn't realize I'm mute. Doc moves forward. Now everybody just slow down, and I cast sleep. It says I don't have spell slots.
Oh, we are messing with your character sheet. Just refill all your spell slots. We were probably using you for testing.
Let's see. Morg, you'll probably be fine.
You'll probably be fine. Alright, so, alright, so you've got your template down.
I don't know why it rolled a d20.
There shouldn't be an attack roll on that. I don't know why it's programmed with an attack. There's also no damage, so I'm not sure why that's there. We'll clean it up later. Okay, so go ahead and just roll 5d8. 18. Alright, so how sleep works is starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious. So you have 12 hit points, right, Morg?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, so with 24. Alright, so the two, where was your center point at? Was it here?
Yep.
Okay, so you get 2 of them.
All right.
Conscious.
You wouldn't make the guy that I shot unconscious? Because it doesn't have the lowest hit points? Out of the two?
That is the guy you shot. You shot this guy. Didn't you?
No, I was shooting this guy here. How do I mark him? The one near the wagon.
If you hold your cursor, it'll put a marker on it. Like it'll put a little thing that's way obvious.
Like just click and hold.
Yeah, click and hold. Yeah. Okay, so yes, it would put him asleep. I would actually put all of them asleep because he only has that 1 hit point. So yeah, so it would get all 3 of the bandits right there.
Nice.
I think they have to make a saving throw, don't they?
No.
I don't think so. I'm 5e.
No saving throw for sleep.
Okay.
Just puts them to sleep.
Yeah, it just puts them to
Wow.
sleep based on HP.
The bodies all just kind of collapse, and I confusedly scratch my head before giving Doc a nod.
I don't care much for bloodshed if it can be avoided.
Okay. Doc, are you all done?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Intern.
Okay, so the Vulpin that was leaning up against the tree for the beginning of this combat here steps out from under the tree. She has 2 eyes. She has 2 eyes. It's so rare for Vulpins.
Come here. One neck.
She has eyes that are 2 different colors, wears light armor, and has like an ornate hilted short sword at her hip. And she sort of leans off of the tree and steps forward, and she says, I think this has gone far enough. We'll be on our way. Clearly, clearly you're going to keep the cart and what's in it. There's no reason to shed any further blood. No one's looking to die today.
You're the leader of these bandits.
I am the leader of these bandits, yes. Though we prefer not to think of ourselves as bandits, perhaps coalition members.
Tell that to this.
I'm cruising up here. Boop.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna. Is everyone okay with moving out of combat? Or we can
I'm fine with
maintain.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end combat.
Doc, I think I really jacked this guy up over here.
Okay, I will go stabilize the other bandit.
Oh, I
I
can't
will
stop the music.
be at his side for sure, just in case.
I'm surreptitiously going through the cart, making sure that the bandits didn't take anything.
Okay. It doesn't look like they took anything. You saw them sort of start digging around and things as you approached, and it seems that nothing's really been taken. They had just sort of tossed some things out of the cart.
What's in the cart?
It's a random smattering of different supplies and items. There's sort of all sorts of things in there, like a grab bag of adventuring gear and herbs and.
I'm going to quietly take anything that looks valuable while people aren't looking.
Okay. You want to do a stealth check or?
I mean, I don't want to.
I mean, you do have people like literally right next to you.
Can I do like a perception check against this to see if I catch it?
Literally everyone can do a perception check, yes. I mean, you're all here.
Psst, hand some of it over.
All right, we can deal with what's in the cart afterwards. So only Bellino noticed and said that to you. Morg didn't notice. So are we good here? I'll wake my men up and we'll be on our way. No need for anyone to get hurt. Well, anyone else.
I'm gonna. Is our bandit over here dead or unconscious? Like, was I able to stabilize?
He's unconscious.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna grab him and join and drag him to join the rest of the group.
I'm gonna ask the creature here. Did these bandits hurt you?
Oh, she pops her head up. It's an Allurin. So for anyone who isn't quite sure what an Allurin is a like a cat folk. And they're often traders that you see on the road here in Humblewood. She sort of pokes her head up and she's no, I'm fine. They just threatened me and then started ransacking the cart. I'm uninjured.
I'll breathe a sigh of relief and give the Vulcan captain the stink eye.
You know, Vulcan, we're on important business and our time is precious. Maybe you could pay us for wasting it?
I have to keep switching to like GM roles so you guys can't see. Okay. Sorry. I needed to see if she saw you steal anything out of the cart. As well, I don't really have anything to give you, and I suppose you're welcome to what's in the cart. If we had anything to give, we probably wouldn't be on the side of the road robbing carts. But we're more than happy to leave you here and let you go on your way. If things are urgent, I suppose you should probably get on the move.
That sword looks very fancy.
I grab her by the collar. Say, don't try to sugarcoat your actions.
Are you actually trying to grab her?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna need to make a grapple check.
I'll fucking do it. Wait, how do I do that?
So to make a grapple check, it's going to be a strength athletics.
Grab
my
the
God,
shit
he is
out of her.
Jesus.
He is unstoppable.
I say, don't try to sugarcoat your actions. You're robbing the innocent.
So you grab her by like the front of her armor, and she says, "I don't recall trying to sugarcoat anything. I merely said you're in a hurry and you can be on your way. Do you disagree?"
I'm merely saying you said you were some coalition rather than common bandits.
Well, we are the coalition.
What coalition?
The
Bandit
coalition.
I roll my eyes and kind of tighten my grip. Say, you better start explaining.
You're right by her sword. Just take it from her.
I think while this conversation is happening, I'd like to go around disarming the unconscious bodies. And
I don't think they're unconscious anymore. That only lasts a minute.
oh,
I mean, if you want to do it like while they're just, we'll say you you went off to heal him. Yeah, I don't think they're probably awake by the time you get back. You only get
so
them.
they wake up and just kind of read the room and realize they've been beat.
They wake up from their slumber and you are surrounding them. So I mean, they don't even have their weapons in their hands. They were asleep. Their weapons are on the ground.
Okay, well then I will just scoop up their weapons and put it on my cart.
When you try and go for one of them, they snarl at you. It looks pretty clear that they might snap at you if you reach for their weapon.
Really? Okay.
Let me see here. Just for I guess to send the message, I'm gonna shove the Vulpin, knock him prone, and say, "Don't let me catch you here again."
No, but you have to get her sword. Look how valuable it is.
I give you the stink eye and say, if we steal from bandits, we're just bandits ourselves.
Technically, theft against bandits isn't theft because their possessions were stolen.
See, listen to him.
Okay, so you push the Vulpin to the ground. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw her to the ground and she sort of skids across the ground, and sort of groans and stands up and brushes things off. And she says, "Well, I suppose we'll be on our way then." And she looks at you, Doc, and says, "Well, thanks for patching up my man there. Prefer not to leave any bodies."
Prefer if you would stop resorting to violence.
So she just nods. She doesn't say anything back to that. She does sort of snap and gesture for the Mapash here to go grab the unconscious one, and he does such. And then they all sort of head off to the north. And you.
He's going on your tab, Vulpin.
Wait, what was that?
This is going on your tab, Vulpin.
She sort of turns around at you and smiles and says, "Well, I suppose I'll have to pay up someday."
Upon noting that they're heading north, which is more or less in the direction of the woods that's on fire, correct? Right?
Yeah.
So I'll just say, we've heard word that the fires are spreading. So I know you're moving north. I don't know if that's really where you're really going, but just thought you should know.
You see her sort of wave, like pop up a hand as she's walking away, and she goes, "Thanks again, Doc."
I'll approach the Aileron. Wait, did I pronounce that right? Aluran?
Allurin, the Allurin.
Aluran. Oh, that was that language that I picked up. Man, neat.
Yes.
And I'll ask her, where are you headed? My compatriots and I are heading towards, I forgot the name of that goddamn tree.
Alderheart.
Alderheart. If that's also where you're headed, we could escort you.
He says, I'm headed to Winnowing Reach, actually, but it's right on the way. I would certainly appreciate an escort. The roads are even more dangerous than I thought they would be.
The more the merrier. And I hop in her cart.
She lifts the handholds on her cart, and she's like, I don't think I'll be able to carry you and all of my goods.
I get out.
I get a bit anxious at the thought that I might be dragging 2 carts now.
She hefts up her cart on her own. It's clear that she's been the one dragging it down the road, and
I give a shifty look at Doc.
Because he's making you drag the cart.
What?
He says, "Well, it's nice to meet all of you. My name's Eliza Pennygleam."
Hi, Eliza. I'm Jasper.
Morg will do just fine.
All right, we're gonna switch back to our Humblewood map here. So you guys can continue traveling towards Winnowing Reach and then Alderheart after that, but on your way to Winnowing Reach. And so, on the travels, there's plenty of time to strike up a conversation with Eliza, and she says, so what's brought you towards Winnowing Reach? Where are you traveling from?
I kind of clam up a little bit at the thought of mentioning my hometown, and I just kind of vaguely mention I've been staying in Meadowfen for a while, and there's been some trouble, but it's no matter. We're simply on our way to Alderheart just to speak with the council.
Oh, well, Meadowfen's a rather pleasant town. Not much money to be made there, but nice enough people. You're headed to Alderheart to talk to the Birdfolk Council. I've heard they're rather difficult to talk to. What are you speaking to the council about?
We're speaking to them about the fact that Meadowfen will soon be overrun with refugees and attacked by flaming bats as a shower of brimstone pours down on the innocent town.
I kind of give a glare at Munin.
You see her, eyes go wide.
Pay no mind to the overdramatic crow.
Worst case scenario.
That sounds terrible. I certainly understand why you'd want to get to Alderheart then. Let's hope you make it there and get the audience that you need then. I'd hate to see anything happen to Meadowfen. Is anyone else want to ask any questions of her or have any conversation with her on the travels?
I tell the story of what Morg just did, pretty much as if everyone wasn't there. Oh, dude, it was so cool! And then he grabbed him, and he was like, "But for the most part, no, I don't have any questions for her."
Okay.
What does she
Have
sell?
any magical goods in this cart? Strength potions, speed potions, ancient texts.
No, nothing like that. Those sorts of things are rather hard to come by.
Tomes of forbidden knowledge.
No, tomes of forbidden knowledge aren't really my specialty. I do have quite the assortment of goods here. Once I set up shop in Meadowfen, you're absolutely welcome to browse them. Though they are though they're not quite that powerful. Though for your assistance, I'll be more than happy to give you a discount.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a periscope?
Do I have a periscope? I don't believe so.
So you are familiar with the periscope, and periscopes do exist here in Humblewood.
Well, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, what a periscope is. I assumed that if I had one, I would know it. But you're welcome to peruse the goods once we get to Winnowing Reach.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
All right. Okay, so you guys head to Winnowing Reach. It's a pretty smooth walk for the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours as you start approaching it. As it's getting rather dark though, you think that you'll probably get there in the midst of night when you do finally arrive. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
No.
The whole town is on fire. That's how it's happening.
Yep, it's all on fire.
No, I'm blind.
Yeah, I am just oblivious.
Did anyone break a 15?
Oh no.
Alright. I've been on the road for like 18 hours now.
All right. Well, let's see if your new friend.
Is that damn Vulpin back?
Okay. So you're heading towards the Winnowing Reach, and as you draw within a handful of hours of it, you see that the landscape around you starts to change a little bit. You can see that like the forest that runs along the road. If you look back behind it, you just see like burnt out stumps and trees. After a while, it's clear that like the Scorched Grove has pushed out farther than you even thought it did. And as you're sort of like looking through the forest, you're caught off guard by like the sudden sound of flapping that seems to appear out of nowhere, and bursting through the woods are a dozen or so tiny bats with little lit candles on their noses that start scrambling around and scratching at you and clawing at you. Hold on just a second. So, would anyone have any reason to have ever run into an Ember Bat before? Has anyone ever been in the Scorched Grove or particularly near it?
No, I have not.
I don't go looking for trouble, so no.
Considering how much I've traveled, I would say it's possible.
Yeah, seeing how close Meadowfen is to the Scorched Grove, I'd say it's possible.
Okay.
No.
So this would have been, you would have had to have been in the Scorched Grove at some point, because like was noted, the thing that's strange is that these things have started pushing out of the Scorched Grove. It wouldn't have been something you would have seen normally, maybe on the very edges of it if you got close. But okay. Do any of you have torches that you would be carrying at night?
I do.
I have a lantern.
You have a lantern? What's the light on a lantern?
30 foot. 30 foot radius, and then an additional 30 feet dim light.
Well, if you've got a lantern, I wouldn't have a torch on. That's ridiculous.
All right, fair enough. I will. I'll go ahead and turn your lantern on here. You said 30 You said 30 and 30.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. Memento, sorry guys. Oh my god,
So-
I made it way too bright. No one can see my screen, but it's like a goddamn sun over here. Turn that down so much. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys back to.
I hear combat. Oh god.
All right, so who's excited about swarms of Ember Bats? Everybody?
Yay!
Jasper is not.
They look so fluffy.
It's like a bunch of flaming cotton balls just all flying at you.
This is just Jasper's nightmare.
All right, go ahead and roll your initiative.
I don't see any.
There we
Where
go.
they at?
You don't see any?
I don't
I
see
see
any
two.
Ember Bats.
It's right next to us.
Oh. Ember Bats?
My
It's a
zoom in
swarm
real
of
close
them.
and
It's a
you'll
swarm
see.
of them. Yes.
Hmm.
Like increase the art. Like
Yeah, I can see it. They don't look like pumpkins anymore.
Here, I'll give you guys in your actors, you can go look at them so you can see them like a little bit more. That way they're a little bit clearer. You should be able to see them.
User Meeple lacks permission to update actor.
You can right click it and click.
View
View.
character artwork. I see.
Yeah. Which they're kind of cute. They're a little pudgy.
They're a little pudgy. All right, so everyone has initiative. Would anyone have healed Jasper while you guys are walking?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to think I took a short rest. I would hope. I definitely didn't voice that.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm still
no.
in the cart.
Yeah, if you were on the cart, yeah, a short rest. Feel free to spend your hit die that you would have done on the short rest. Go for it. And you can roll them straight from your character sheet. Actually, if you hit the short rest button, it'll do it all. It'll prompt you.
Booming blade.
Nice.
There you go. All right. So
All right.
the Ember Bats. Let me begin combat here. The Ember Bats swarm out of the happening with the sheet. Oh, I've been screwing up my sheets on accident. Okay. Just come fluttering like with high speed out of the forest, catching you completely off guard, and they begin like nipping at you and scratching at you, and like the little nose flames singe you as they sort of fly all around you. And let's see, they'll unfortunately I had you on the left hand side. We'll do this one. We'll do attack Morg. So we'll go ahead and do a little bitey bite on Morg, a little chompy chomps.
I swatted away with my shield.
Yes. So you obviously do not take any damage. They try to bite at you, but like you're well armored and you have a thick hide, and so you sort of just keep smacking them out of the way with your shield. Munin.
I mutter, pesky vermin.
Mm-hmm. Your voice is exactly the voice I assumed Morg would have.
It's my turn.
Yes, you are Munin.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I am. I'm going to delay.
You gonna ready in action, or are you just gonna hold
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Well, I mean, but I guess I'm gonna. I'll just delay until the end of the initiative, or until the end of the round. Or can I just say when I'm gonna go? Like, how does delaying work?
Technically 5e doesn't have delaying. You would ready in action with a response. Though if you would like to delay, I'll manually lower your initiative to where you want to be, but that's where you'll be for the remainder of the rounds.
You could like ready an action to be like, I'll cast, so and so, but only if this thing approaches me.
Yes. However, readying a spell does expend the spell slot, whether you end up casting the spell or not.
And you do have to concentrate on it, fun fact.
Yes, you do.
Before it triggers.
A 15-foot cube, like, is that 3x3?
Yes.
Or is it 1x3?
No, it's 3x3.
Alright,
Like,
screw it. I'll just shoot one of them with a ray of frost. I wanted to AoE the area, but Josh is in the way.
God, you're so problematic.
I mean, he is a
You
rogue.
want-
They're good
you
at
want
getting
the
out of the way.
light?
Yeah, but it's a constitution, so...
Ah, yeah.
Oops.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, damn. I mean, I guess they are Ember.
all right. Roll that critical damage.
Forgot to target your thing.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't see target radicals. So weird.
The little dot. You don't see the little dot in the corner?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Let me refresh. I don't know what's
Does
going
it
on.
just double the critical?
Oh, actually, you know what? The Twitch observer doesn't either. That's interesting. Yes. Well, no, it's gonna do max damage on criticals. Is what's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you fire a ray of frost and you line it up so you hit sort of 2 Ember Bats in one blow, and you just like freeze them, and 2 of them drop out and just like shatter on the ground.
So adorable.
Is this the one next to me or the other one?
The other one.
Okay.
I don't know why you guys can't see the. I don't know why the players can't see the target markers right now, but it was this one here that was attacked.
Okay.
All right, Muna, go ahead and hit.
No,
And
you
turn
need to get out of the way. Stop getting attacked by those things. Oh, I got hit on a turn, sorry.
All right, Morg. I guess I just didn't fix your fucking token. Okay, Morg, can you make a con save, please? Actually, here, let me just throw the ability up so you can click it there.
Sure.
Don't pop up. Get out of my way.
Ooh, spicy.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right, so it's clear that there's like a noticeable heat coming off of them just due to sheer numbers, but you sort of hold up your shield in between you and the swarm.
Alrighty. I'll just ball my fist and take a swing
All right.
at the one in front of me.
Oh, I see the targeters now. That's weird. You do it. You punch him.
Sweet.
Nice hit. Okay, so you just like backhand them with your giant gorilla arms and like smack several of them out of formation, sending them just like skidding across the like barely paved roadway.
All right, and the heat emanating off them makes me uncomfortable, so I'm going to use my bonus action to go for a shield shove to try to like push them away from me.
Okay. You don't actually have to do.
Yeah, it's shoves are my athletics versus their either
Yeah, but you-
athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, is shield shove a special action? I don't remember what shield shove does.
Oh,
your,
sure.
uh,
It's
Yeah, it's a bonus action. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're shoving them 10 feet back?
yeah. I'm gonna use my toss to push them as far
Okay.
back as possible.
Yep. You have
Nice.
the extra ability to shove an extra 5 feet. So you do so. You push him back into the woods. Just start sort of swinging your shield to hit as many as you can to bat them back like little furry tennis balls. All right. Go ahead and hit end turn.
Oh, whoops. There we go.
All right. Go ahead, Belina.
I think I needed one of those flame essences.
Oh, you do. Sorry. I like didn't understand what you said at first. I was like, "What do you? Oh, you're gonna try and bottle it? What do you?" There you go. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh.
All right. So you are unprepared for the extra heat. But you take 3 points of damage as your feathers singe just from the heat of the Ember Bats fluttering around you.
3 or 2?
3. Oh, sorry, 2. 2. You take 2. It applies that automatically. It put your damage in the same card. I got thrown off by your con save only being a 3.
Okay. I will draw my rapier and swing at the swarm of bats, I suppose. Although that's probably not very effective.
Why do I not see you in my initiative? Oh, there. Okay, never mind. All right, you smack it.
Does sneak attack apply to this as well?
Yeah. There's an enemy next to them, an enemy of their enemy, or their enemy.
Nice.
All right, so you just start like skewering Ember Bats on the end of your rapier until you have like an Ember Bat kebab going on. They are.
Are they still lit?
They are, yes. So there are still some fluttering about. It's the creature still stands, or creatures.
Okay, I will then move.
All right. It will get an attack of opportunity against you if you move out like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack of opportunity. Bumpers. That's a miss. All right. So they try to nip you as you flee, but you get away cleanly. And Doc.
It's time to skewer these little furry marshmallows.
What happened to... I don't like violence much.
Well, when they're little, they're scary.
Time to skewer. It's time for violence.
Oh no, so Doc draws his blade and starts taking stabs, but is unable to land a blow.
Did I also need to do that check?
Yes, yeah, you did.
Do I just click it, or are you adding it on?
Here, I'll throw another one out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice. All right. You take no fire damage. Okay. It flutters into the midst of you and begins attacking Doc. I gotta move you. I gotta move you so I can target you.
They're going for me eyes.
It targeted both of you apparently. So they miss their attacks, but they are sort of just sitting all around you. They've sort of surrounded you.
Great.
All right, Jasper. We gotta do the flame essence. Need to burn. Is that your dog?
Crow is barking.
That's the sound of the Ember Bats.
Terrifying, truly.
There we go. I figured it out. All right.
Haven't you guys ever seen barking bats?
All right. Yes. You just needed to click saving throw DC in the.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
But you passed, so no damage. Go ahead.
Very nice. Very nice.
Of flying, burning poodles.
So I'm going to use a bonus action to make sure Doc can get out if he needs to. He just gets advantage on the next ability check he gets before my next turn.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm full of crap. I'm going to change that help action to make it to try to distract the swarm of bats, so that my next ally gets advantage on the next attack that is made against that creature.
Okay. You just start screaming, "I'm afraid of fire! Attack me!"
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I start darting around and panicking and just generally having terrible instincts for this particular situation.
I'm sure your fluffy tail is good for taunting, to be fair.
I'm trying to keep it close to me right now to make sure I don't lose any of its fluffiness. If I attack with a Eldritch Blast, that's a ranged spell attack, so I will be doing it with disadvantage. Is that correct?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and try to hit the swarm above just with the Eldritch Blast.
Gotta target it, man.
But will it hit? Oh, it sure
All
will.
right.
You go ahead and roll damage.
was
Yeah,
not
you
with
didn't do disadvantage.
Yeah, correct. So
Just roll it. Just roll another d20 with +5 right now. Do d20 +5.
It's a crit fail, and he shoots Doc.
That's not funny, guys.
Okay, that hits anyway.
very nice.
Yeah. So you are you actually you not get unconscious. So how do you slay your foe?
I mean, the same way I did the first one. I just kind of freak out and flail, and when I open my eyes, I'm amazed at my accuracy.
Okay. You can hit end turn if you're all done. All right. Eliza just moves over here behind Munin. And the Ember Bats continue their onslaught. I'm gonna go ahead and make this invisible so that we can get to Doc. And the Ember Bats fly up and attack Morg. I once again have to move so I can target.
Thump my chest.
Morg, they go for the eye, so be careful.
All right, so an 18 misses.
Just barely.
And that is the end of their turn. That is Munin's turn.
I'm sorry, an 18 misses? That's impressive. Nice.
I'm a hefty boy.
Morg is a god. I am just jaw open watching this man work.
If we put stuff to sleep, is it like 3rd edition where you can just coup de grace, or is it just like an advantage on the attack?
It would knock them unconscious, which would mean that when you attack them, you get advantage, and any hit is an auto crit.
What the
So
heck?
you would essentially get advantage and then deal max damage to them.
Did something happen to the bat tokens? I don't see anything anymore.
One of them is gone, and one of them is on top of you.
Oh, okay, I see now.
All right, well, there's only one left, and I'm not gonna waste it. All right, I'll do Ray of Frost. So I flick my arm forward, and a bunch of loose feathers go flying towards them that quickly form into jagged icicles, and do Ray of Frost damage.
I can taste the flavor of that
Assuming that
spell.
I hit.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
But not hit.
Show us
Come
your
on.
feather magic.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All right, go ahead and roll that damage.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so dramatic.
Yeah, so you send like a bunch of like feathers turned to icicles, but they're narrow, and so they sort of just keep barely slipping in between the Ember Bats, and even the ones that do hit are sort of thawed a little bit by the fire on their noses and barely scratch them, leaving just little nicks on them.
I sigh in frustration and then take cover near the cat.
All right, that would be Morg.
Alrighty. I'm kind of getting sick of the bats fluttering around me. I say, "Be gone!" and I do like a double-handed swing around me with unarmed. I gotta. There we go. Target like that. Bang. Okay, cool. And I'll do my unarmed strike.
Oh yeah.
Ah!
Oh no. They're spicier than anticipated, and you're unable to swat them as they flutter around you. Oh, also you needed to take some fiery damage.
Or I could,
Pass.
Fan myself with my shield, or just take the damage. That's fine too. Health is overrated. I'll just ping myself here. Bah.
All right, you can end your turn if you're done. All right, so Bellino, we'll go ahead and do your flame essence here.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we're gonna take 4 damage from the fire as it burns you. You're trying to get the bats away from Morgan. You just keep passing your feathery limbs through their little nose fires.
Take this, bat swarm.
They do not take it.
Well, that's too bad.
So it's clear that the stack of skewered Ember Bats you've built up on your rapier has made it unwieldy, and instead of hitting anymore, you just sort of thump the dead Ember Bats up against their living compatriots.
Mm.
Like a fuzzy shish kebab.
Mm-hmm. And you can hit end turn if you're done. Doc.
I stab him.
You've learned from Bellino's mistakes, and you start slashing, and you can feel your blade cutting into the creatures. All right, and you manage to get nicks on a couple of them. It's become clear after swinging on them for a while that it's hard to land any like notable blow with your weapons against them, because there's just so many of them. And so often your weapons just go in between them. If you're done, go ahead and hit end turn.
All right.
Oh, and I give Jasper Bardic Inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to hit this guy with a witch bolt.
Okay. We're concentrating.
I am. I hold on to my inspiration.
All right. Hit your damage. Oh, I saw that 12 come up and it bounced back over. All right, so a bolt of crackling arcane energy tears out from your fingertips, unless you'd like to flavor it differently.
Oh no, that's perfect.
And
I scream, "Feel the power!"
and the ends of the lightning, like little electrical tiny like squirrel hands, wrap around the Ember Bats as if gripped by your arcane power.
Yeah.
And then if you're done, hit end turn.
Yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right. Eliza just sort of hunkers down and tries to stay safe. The Ember Bats will continue to swarm on Morik.
Come at me.
to keep moving them out of the way to adjust who they're targeting, because they're just sitting on top of you. Nope.
I shoo them away with my shield.
Yeah, so they just whip around you, trying to get their teeth in anywhere they could, but your sort of thick fur and hide just protects you naturally from their tiny Ember Bat teeth.
Yeah, you're just naturally thick.
With 2 C's.
2 C.
Thick monkey. If you are talking, you are muted.
Oh, well, I always get thrown off because, like, when I look at the page, if I have it, like, off-tabbed, it starts rolling all the dice that I missed, and
Yes.
so it looks like somebody's getting, like, completely obliterated.
I would say that you always have the option to keep the game up where you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know you have multiple monitors over there. I've been there.
That's true. I do. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with the good old rare for us.
Do it to it. Nice hit. Okay, so you let loose a barrage of feathered icicles and puncture several of the Ember Bats flooding around in the swarm. Morg.
I'm frustrated by my previous miss, and I'm still trying to, like, center myself and get these goddamn bats off of me.
Oh, you know, we actually need to do your fun stuff, your damage, potentially.
All right.
What? Oh, I didn't target, I guess.
Alrighty. I fan myself with my shield, hoping to quell the flames. It's not very effective.
Oh, Lord.
Ah.
Alright, so, you take 1 point of fire damage.
Ooh. And I will undo this. Alrighty. Hey. Sort of a...
Did something happen? I don't see anything in chat for what you just rolled.
It like got out of order.
Oh, scroll up. It's the unarmed strike up there.
Oh, okay.
I smacked him for 5.
Alright. Alright, so you lay into him, and there are not nearly as many as there were, but there still seems to be like a healthy amount of bats that make up the swarm.
Is this one like bigger or something? I feel like
am I able at all to, like, I mean, obviously they're flying, so because I can use my bonus action to knock something prone. Can I like knock some of them onto the floor to give someone else like advantage on their next attack?
I'm gonna rule that you can't knock the swarm of Ember Bats prone.
All right.
Boo.
I'm not really sure how you would accomplish that.
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, it would just have to be like, you would have to somehow knock all the bats, and I don't know
You
if
can do it with
that's-
this blanket.
Oh, it's all good. In that case, I'll instead just opt for my shove to
Okay.
get these fucking things off me. Like, it'll just...
Okay, you shove them away from you, protecting yourself from the heat. Bellino.
Well, I sure appreciate you protecting me from the heat.
That's what I do.
I still want to attack though. I will move up here. I can draw a weapon as part of move, right?
Yeah. You'd have to like discard your other weapon.
I want to do like 2 weapon fighting.
Are you gonna drop your lantern?
Oh yeah, I have a lantern. Never mind, I lied. I'll just move there and hit it with my rapier.
Okay.
I lied. I move back and end my turn.
Okay. You know you can move up and attack and move away, right?
Yeah, but then I don't have sneak attack. Oh, wait, I can move up and move back.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no move actions in 5th edition. You just have movement that you spend during your turn. You can move, smack, and move away. Hold on, I should clarify. If you move away, you will get smacked with an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Doc, at least you're not on fire. That's something.
That's good. That's good.
Welcome.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
What do you say? What do you
You go, well, why don't you all just drop dead, you little flaming marshmallows? I think you have to do the saving throw, yeah. No!
Their tiny bat brains seem unable to comprehend your insult.
It's because they're so dumb. I end my turn.
Jasperino.
So with Witch Bolt, do I just like scroll back up because it's like a continuous?
You can throw it back in chat and click it again and click the damage on it.
Ah, I see.
Or you can just roll. Yeah, you can just. But you said why'd you say
Like, tell it not to.
I had to give myself another spell slot in order to.
Oh, you just when it pops up the prompt, uncheck use spell slot.
Oh, word. That's right. We went over that. Okay. So my attack roll. It's very nice.
Yeah, you don't have to roll the hit again with Witch Bolt. Once you make the hit, it's good. I just needed the damage prompt. Okay, so yeah, you that damage didn't apply for some reason, but that's fine. You sort of send another charge of arcane energy rumbling through the witch bolt, and it sort of supercharges the bolts, and those tiny little lightning like squirrel claws on the end of them that had gripped the bats just clamp down, and you see like the Ember Bats just sort of burst into like little pockets of gore, and they are no longer alive.
All right.
I
want flying, flaming pockets of gore.
You want to collect them?
I mean, I just want them to be alive, flying around as flying gore. Flying, flaming pockets of gore.
Dude, they're little
winged fire gore.
Yeah.
Do their little noses burn out, or are they continually burning?
I mean, they certainly like weaken like after they die. If you let them, if you just watch them, they will go out. Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if I cut off a bunch of little noses and put them in a jar, do I have a special lamp?
Jesus Christ.
What? For science.
For science.
You don't have a special lamp, but if you wanted to like collect the like tissue on their nose that generates the fire, you can do that.
Mark, can we get control of Dr. Mangala over here? This is just out of control.
If you want to, just make a survival check to obtain it, or if you have like a tool set that would be fitting for it, that would be fine as well.
I think I have an Herbalism Kit.
That's good for herbs, not for collecting.
I mean, you know, I guess that's how you look at it.
Go ahead and roll that survival. So you try, but like each time you cut, it seems like the flame just snuffs out before you're able to get like a good sample.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right.
I'm gonna examine one of them. Can I tell if like the flame is like magical or anything, or if it's just like a candle that's been put there? Is the candle magical or anything?
It is. They do not have a magic candle. They do have like a. It is a fire that is generated like from tissue on their nose. Like it seems to be a natural phenomenon. It's not like they're not. It doesn't seem to be like a spell or anything that's been cast on them. Did you want to make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Whilst he rolls that, do I know enough about nature to know if these things are edible?
Go ahead and roll a nature check. Okay.
Correction. Does anyone know about nature? Mine's not too great.
So Munin, you're all you know is that there seems to be something to do with the tissue that's generating the fire. You're not really sure what is going on with it, or anything really beyond that.
I turn to the party and say, "Does anyone know if the meat on these is edible? I'd hate for it to go to waste."
Nature
what's
check?
nature like decent?
It would be nature would be fine, or survival.
Oh.
All right.
I can see I'm meaty. Looking on with my palm. Look, the flame that comes right from its nose.
With my 20, is it edible?
Yeah, so you sort of flip it over and investigate it, but as you do, you can feel that it's actually still hot. Like it starts to burn your hand the longer you hold the body. So it's possible that the meat is edible, though it's questionable whether like you would also sustain harm trying to consume it. Maybe if it was done in like a special preparation with something to cool it down, you might be able to use it, but you wouldn't probably want to eat it just straight up.
Does it look like I could, like, if I put it in a bag, perhaps, would it maybe damage the bag?
If left there long enough, probably, yeah. I think you could reasonably like secure it inside of a compartment if you have something that's like made of metal that doesn't burn.
So
maybe like
Jasper
a glass.
is definitely interested in casting Create Water when the smart people are done investigating these particular bodies, just to douse it. So maybe submerging it may help. Jasper suggests.
Yeah, I think I'd be interested in that.
I drop Create Water and try to douse the area. If they want to keep anything not burning, I have no problem with them taking it out beforehand.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw these bodies back on. I didn't expect so much interaction with them.
Waste not, want not.
Okay, so yeah, you douse them in water. You can see the steam rising off of them as like the rain pours down on them. If someone reaches out to touch them, they do seem cooler to the touch. Though if you hold on to them, you feel them sort of heating back up. It's as if they're just naturally heated in some way. Like there's some source of the heat beyond the fact that they're just alive.
I hate it.
I lose interest. I say, best to leave them be. Even uneaten by us, the worms will have their meal.
All right.
I
think we go on our way.
All right, sounds good. So you arrive in Winnowing Reach during the night. It's fairly dark at this point. Should all be.
You do not own any token vision.
Yeah, hold on. Let me fix your token vision here. I have token vision set for some reason.
The battle music will go, by the way.
It's like you configure these things to play songs, and they're like, nah, I'm good. Oh, it actually is playing it. It's just all. Okay, yeah. So
this is the music from Gilman.
That's why I immediately recognized it too yesterday or day before.
yeah. So we obviously
I
get our
love
music from the same spot.
is
Probably
ancient
because it's
Gilman.
free. So you
Yup.
you arrive in Winnowing Reach, which is much larger than Meadowfen. It's possible, Morg, that you've never been in a town in the wood that is this big, depending on where you've been. I think everyone else has at least seen Alderheart based on the backstories. So this is not nearly as big as Alderheart, but it is large for a town in the wood. Are you guys able to... Here, let me give you access to things. And you guys aren't able to see any of the markers on the map right now, are you?
Yeah,
One.
I can see 2 squirrels with top hats and a screaming turkey.
2 squirrels with top hats.
Yeah, I see the screaming turkey. I also see a rooster in the bottom left,
Oh yeah.
and numbers, of course. I assume that's on purpose.
Now I see the tokens, the little book.
So you should be able to hover over them, and it will tell you what they are.
Oh, nice.
No.
You say no?
Nope. I mean, yes.
Not the squirrels and the turkey. The apothecary, yeah.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
So
And Eliza.
Sir, you have misspelled goal, and I am offended.
look, I don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, you spell goal wrong. I mean, it clearly says Gaol, which is the correct spelling for the type of goal that this is. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it's a jail.
It is a jail. It's I had it misspelled. I had it Goal. That's why he commented on it.
The goal, and I was like, what's the goal of that?
Yeah, that's the town's goal. That's where they keep their hopes and their dreams. Okay, so you arrive into town, and Eliza says, "Well, I'm going to go ahead and set up shop for tomorrow. I should be able to make some gold here. You said you're heading to Alderheart, right?"
Yes.
Correct.
I think after some time here, I'd like to go up that way if you wouldn't mind me accompanying you.
After some time, meaning what exactly?
Oh, as soon as you're ready to leave, I'll pack up. Though I'd like at least tomorrow to make some gold, and hopefully you'll come by and you can peruse the goods. I know that you were interested in possibly purchasing something.
You're welcome to join us, but it could
Don't
be.
forget.
You guys are talking at the same time, and you cancel each other out.
Good.
For a discount, don't forget.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You are welcome to join us, but I cannot promise that there won't be more bandits.
Well, that's exactly why I need to join you. I don't know that I'm really equipped to deal with them on my own.
Very well then.
She does attract bats.
I whisper to Munin. I feel like it's kind of rude to ask for a discount after you stole from her.
She says, why don't you go have a rest at the Wrangler's Rest? You can get a room there, have a drink. It'll be a good place to relax. I appreciate all the help.
What was able to lift out of her cart?
So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a D20. Just a straight D20.
That's a luck roll, my dude.
Oh,
shit.
Okay, so here's what she had in her cart, and I'll let you pick whatever thing you want out of it. A dagger, a morning star, a short sword, a trident, a war pick, a set of common clothes, a set of fine clothes, a hooded lantern, a lamp, a water skin, a bucket, a pouch, cloves, flour, a hammer, an ink bottle, some linen, and some sealing wax.
Go for the bucket. It's a bucket.
Fine clothes. It's worth the most.
How much are fine clothes worth?
Well, that's a good question. Do you have any? You have an appraise ability, right?
Yeah, I do.
So I mean, fine clothes are worth, I'd probably about 15 gold.
Okay. Well, I'll think about it in a second. I'll think about what I materialize into my possession.
What? You can't just pick one of them now? You were in a rush to pick it on the road.
Well, yeah, but I didn't have a good choice then.
Well, you don't get a menu. You didn't get to stand there for 2 hours and decide on the item. You rummaged through it and grabbed one in like a minute.
What were the weapons?
Dagger, Morningstar, short sword, trident, warpick.
Don't forget the bucket.
Yeah, there was a bucket.
I guess the clothes. I don't think the warpick or a trident is worth all that much.
Okay, one bucket. You got it.
I said clothes.
Yeah, you can wear a bucket on your head. It's a hat. Clothes.
It's armor, actually.
What did that not get? There you go. Okay. You have it in your inventory. Did someone else lift some? Bellino, did you take something?
No, I just saw him steal it, and I told him to share it with me.
Do you tear him off a sleeve?
I have to go sell it.
Okay. Well, it's night here. What would you like to do in Winnowing Reach?
Well, Doc, let's try to get a drink and finish it this time.
That sounds good. Let's get one.
You guys want to join?
Yes.
I asked kind of indirectly to everyone.
Maybe later. I'm gonna go see if I can find, like, if there's any kind of merchant still merchanting.
Okay. You sort of wander around town for a while. You do notice like the guards and the town militia that seems to be wandering around, but when you go to the market in the center, it doesn't really seem like anyone has set up shop. You just see Eliza there, or that anyone has a stall that's open. You just see Eliza like setting up her stall.
Okay.
Can
I want her to sleep and rob her blind, so I'll just go back to the tavern.
I'm gonna head towards the book bindery.
Okay. I guess if you were looking at the book bindery as a sort of shop, I don't know if you would have visited that, Munin. I mean, they would sell books at a book bindery, so they are technically a shop.
How are you guys seeing this? Like, I can't mouse over anything.
I can't either. I just refreshed and everything too.
You can't? Everyone else can, though?
Cannot.
I cannot.
Oh, well...
I see 5 things.
I mean, I see them, I just can't see what they are.
Oh no, there's a 6th thing. There's an apothecary. It's just there's a chicken on it.
Yep, down here.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the chicken is the apothecary.
you guys aren't able to scroll over it and see it, though? What the name
No.
is?
Correct.
No,
So
like,
I
no,
don't see. Yeah, I don't see the castle or the book or the drink.
Well,
that
how
show
do
up
you know
through.
that was a book bindery? Who just said that?
I said that, and I see.
Yeah, he can apparently see this stuff.
They have to be set as observers, at least.
Yeah,
or
you guys are all
no,
set as
well,
observers.
You gotta click the bookmark and then click the pin because they're pins.
Toggle. note
Oh,
display.
okay.
What? Even if I go and click that, that doesn't change anything for me.
Yeah, that's
So I
100%
guess
what it
you-
is.
The town jail, the storage and granary, the book bindery.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that worked.
I mean, hey, if y'all can see it, that's cool.
Wicked awesome.
I feel like context-wise, Jasper is pretty focused, so I don't know how much like perusing he's really gonna do. He's tired. It's been a long time since he's been in a bed, really.
Right. Well, you guys went to. You said you were gonna go to the Wrangler's Rest, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the place that Elijah suggested.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're at least resting for the night, so probably grab a drink and then rest up, unless there was something else going on.
Okay. So you, Bellino, you sort of head over to the building with the book-shaped sign on the hanging above the door.
I'm going that way too.
Okay, you can see that there are some lights still on, and sort of as you're peering in the window, Munin shows up at your side. As you push the door open, it sort of creaks open. It's clearly not locked, and you find a
Bodies.
That's right. You find a bodies. You find a Maposh in the back of the. Oh, it's gonna be so big. Hold on.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a giant Maposh. No, you find a Maposh in the back of the behind the counter, like working on a book binding, and they sort of stand up and adjust a pair of goggles that they had over their eyes. And welcome to the bindery. My name is Damien. We don't usually get visitors this late. And it's sort of a thin, short Maposh with like a pork pie hat and a bow tie.
What's a pork pie hat?
It's a type of hat.
That's it.
Is that like
Porky
a
pig cat?
Are they like a pot pie hat too?
Like a fedora, but flat.
Yeah.
Okay. That's ridiculous.
I'm like, it's a hat. That's a type of hat. I don't know what you want from me.
These are essential details.
Yeah. So they welcome you inside. I'm like, oh, what can I do for you?
Beautiful hat.
Morg's intelligence is actually his weakest point, but he does appreciate, I guess, like smart things. He's always trying to work on that. And he says, "I'm just here to browse."
Oh, okay. Well, we certainly have some books on the shelf there. I bound them myself. All of them are 1 gold piece. So, if you'd like anything, just let me know. Let me fix this. Ended. Momentum. Boop. There we go. All right, you should be able to double click on them. Click on them, and you'll be able to see their
Murder hobos.
So there's some books that they have in stock.
I'm gonna kind of lean inquisitively over the counter and look at the Maposh. Tell me, books of forbidden knowledge. Do you have any, perchance?
Well, I don't believe so. Though it seems a little counterintuitive that if the books are forbidden knowledge, that I would have them or tell you if I did. Perhaps you'd be interested in the book I have on spells for seafaring. Perhaps you could consider that for forbidden knowledge. I have a book on lockpicking. Some might consider that forbidden.
I flipped
I wish to raise a cataclysm upon all who deserve my wrath, and scorch all life from this worthless plane. That kind of forbidden knowledge? None of that?
No.
Forbidden for a price.
No, nothing like that.
Okay, well, what kind of sea spells are in this other book?
Well, I'm not any sort of any sort of mage myself, so I couldn't rightly tell you what each of them do. I simply bind them. I don't write them. You're welcome to purchase one if you're interested in its contents.
Can I just give it a quick look-see?
I'm kind of not too smart on all this, but I see the word spells on a book, and I kind of gesture to him, saying, "This might be one of your fancy magic-y books."
Oh yes, that's that's it right there. Feel free to have a look, but gentle. The binding is still fresh on some of these.
I flipped through Murder Hobos a bit. What exactly is this book? What does it seem to be about?
Let me send the full title there for you.
Diving into the psychology of the adventuring psychopath. Of the adventuring psychopath.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's missing a letter there. Whoops, man, the author really needs to get his stuff together. So you sort of flip through it, and it seems to be a psychological breakdown of like several famous killers from the history of the wood.
Where are you even seeing this at? Like, oh, I can double-click the book bindery.
Yeah.
Double-click the
himself.
Maposh himself. Yeah, double-click Damien.
Okay, so I had to click off of the bookmark and back to the people thing.
Oh, yeah, because you turned the bookmark on. Yeah.
Oh, Wizards of the Coast sea spells, haha, very funny.
Thank you.
Do you only bind your books at night?
Well, no. It's just bookbinding takes time, so I'm often here during the night.
Also, there's nothing illegal about lockpicking if you use your own locks.
Well, that's true. That's why I said some may consider it forbidden knowledge.
I pick up the book and I see the word cure on it, and I say, Madoc, and maybe interested in this. And I plop a gold on the desk and say, I'd like to purchase this book.
Okay, it's all yours. And so they take the gold, and it looks like you have already claimed the book. So,
Indeed.
I suppose I can take this off your tiny little hands. And also, Tales of the Unseen Servant, and... Oh. That ape got the other one. And I guess just those two.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. So that'll be 2 gold then.
I see the word talons on a book and be like, that's a bird folk aspect, is it not?
Yes. I believe that is a book written by a renowned birdfolk locksmith, Strigg, if I'm not mistaken.
These are all set to 0 gold, by the way.
Oh, are they? They sure are. Just go ahead and manually remove the the gold from your inventory.
If it's all right with you, I'd also like to purchase this book and this book.
Yes, of course. That's what we're here for.
I plop down 2 more gold coins onto the table. Actually, let me subtract this from you. There we go.
Tell me, Damien, do you know anything about a certain goings-on with flaming bats from the north?
Bats. Oh, that.
We were attacked by some just outside of town.
Well, I've certainly read about them. I believe they're called what is it? Fire bats, amber bats. Ember bats. Yes, I've read about them in some of the old explorers texts. Though I believe those are only found within the Scorched Grove. Hopefully you didn't see them anywhere near here.
A few 5 dozen or so.
Oh,
Just outside.
well, you should notify the magistrate.
That's what we had planned to. What's good means of getting in touch with them?
Oh, well, the magistrate's home is just in the northeast of town. It's the largest building aside from the storage and granary. You should be able to just head up there.
Perhaps you could find me a writ of invitation?
I don't really know that will do you any good. You can certainly just go to his house during the day.
Just put an official stamp on one of your papers.
I honestly am not that close with the magistrate. I don't really. That's not a service I provide, though he has open hours if you just head there once it's daytime. You certainly don't need anything from me in order to speak to him.
I hope not, Damien. Because I'll come back here if it comes that you misled me.
Well, it's getting late. I should probably lock up the shop. I think I'm done binding for the evening. I appreciate your patronage.
Yes, no problem. Thank you for the books.
I'm gonna shortly bow my head to him and thank you for your time, and I head for the door.
Okay. They hastily lock the door as soon as you guys make it out.
I think you creeped him out.
It's probably all of the open threats. If I had to take a guess.
What kind of bookbinder can't make a simple writ of invitation?
I kind of, softly bonk Munin on the head and say, "Don't be bad."
I didn't want to get turned away at the door.
We head towards the Wrangler's Rest to hopefully get a good night's sleep there.
I mean, shouldn't magistrates be important people? Why should I just be able to wander in and speak to anyone?
Perhaps if we had some fine clothes to impress him with.
Or a fine bucket.
That's your mistake. You're gonna show up at his door and he's like, do you have a bucket?
So
as you're leaving, so who would be the last one out of the bookbinder's shop?
I guess me.
Okay, so as you're sort of stepping away, you hear like the door pop open for a second behind you, and you hear them posh up. Psst. Hey, you there? Can you come back here for just a moment?
Yes, my friend.
Apologies, your friend may be rather uncomfortable. I have a task that I'm hoping you might be able to assist me with.
Yes, what is it?
Well, one of my dear friends has gone missing. A young researcher. She is normally around town. She normally comes by every day, but I hadn't seen her today, and I went to check on her earlier, and she wasn't at her residence. It's very unusual for her to not be there. She sort of locks herself up and researches nonstop. Would you mind asking around about her? She stays in a home just to the north of the shop here, and he sort of points up the road. And they say they don't. She doesn't normally keep it locked, but if you need entry to look around, just let me know. I'm worried for her. It's unusual for her to not come by during the day.
Yes, absolutely. What's her name?
Her name is Kenneth Brightspark. She's a Corvum researcher.
And do you know what she researches?
Well, she's been studying the slimes in the area, I believe. That's what it looked like from her notes when I went to check on her. wandered inside when I couldn't find her, and I just found notes about different types of slimes and residues and the chemicals that make them up.
Yeah, we can certainly take a look for her. Probably won't get to it tonight, but can take a look around tomorrow.
No, but by all means, I'm hoping she'll return tonight, and when I wake up in the morning to check on her, she'll be back. But I'm worried that may not be the case. So I would appreciate it. Feel free to pop by in the morning, and I'll have Ben by. I can confirm whether she's returned or not.
Okay, we will.
All right, thank you, much appreciated. Your friend is bad with people.
Yeah, he's you know.
He should be careful if he talks like that to everyone. The guard or the militia could be called.
That's why I'm around. I smooth it out.
Okay, well, feel free to come by in the morning. And thank you for your assistance.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, they close the door and quickly lock
Birds
it.
of a feather.
All right, so is everyone heading to
the
the?
racist comments, bro.
I wonder if Birds of the Feather is racist in this setting.
They're literal birds.
Well, I almost asked if his deer friend was actually a deer.
All right, so you all head to Wrangler's Rest. Well, I guess before all of you get there, it would be Doc and Jasper who get there first. You open the door, and Wrangler's Rest is actually fairly large. It seems to be bustling for the time of the evening, but it's probably the main watering hole for the town, so it's not that surprising. A large, bulky Strigg behind the counter with like a chunk out of his ear is pouring drinks and seems to be chatting with the folks at the bar and laughing.
So you're saying this is the main watering hole? Is this kind of like a prime eating / drinking time?
It is definitely a prime drinking time, as it is nighttime and after work hours. And the Wrangler's Rest seems to be the place to be doing it. It seems fairly nice. It looks like it's of decent quality in general.
Right on. Well, I definitely try to make my way towards the bar.
Right on.
Yeah. What do you want, Doc?
I'll have the local special.
All right, I'll go find out what that is, and I'll get it for you.
It's mud.
So
some mud beer.
Find a table, I say as I disappear behind the crowd.
Okay, I'll try to find the table, and once I do, I'll pull out a harmonica and start playing.
Okay, Doc, you find a table. Do you find a table for the two of you, or do you try and get one large enough for everyone?
I try to get a larger table to see if we can squeeze everybody in.
Okay, you sort of look around for a larger table, but they seem to be mostly taken up. You do notice that one of them seems to only have like 2 people sitting at it. There's a servant and a hedge sitting at a table that seats about 8 people just by themselves, despite there being plenty of tables open where they could be sitting.
In hedge, I'll ask him if he wouldn't mind company of myself and my friends.
The hedge looks up and they're like, "Oh no, by all means, have a seat. The more the merrier. We actually got this table in hopes that some folks would join us for a game of Twigs."
Do I know how to play Twigs?
So Twigs is like the most common card game in the wood. If you do any sort of gambling, you're probably familiar with how to play it, and even if you don't gamble, you're probably familiar with what it is, in the sense that it's sort of like poker, and that everyone knows what poker is, even if they don't know how to play it specifically.
Okay. Well, I'll try a hand or two, but my friends will be joining soon.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we can wait to deal them in. I think we'll need 4 anyway. What's your name?
I'm Doc Tumblewood.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Doc. My name is Tin, and this hulking servant next to me is named Torin.
Tim and Torin, nice to meet you, folks.
Yes, you as well. What brings you to Winnowing Reach?
Oh, just passing through yourself.
Oh, well, we live here. We work up at the granary.
Oh man, what kind of grains? Is it like corn or wheat? Is wheat a grain? Oats?
Wheat is a grain, and is mainly what we process around here. We have a unique type of wheat that grows here, mostly due to the slime harvest that we also do down at the Mockton Caverns. Of course, not that we do. We are not slime wranglers, but we do use some of the leftover slime material for growing our unique wheat.
I really like slime. There's just something about that texture, you know.
Oh yes, you should you should have a few of the local specialty then.
Oh great! I already ordered one.
Okay, so Jasper, you're up at the bar, and you sort of approach the bar and look up to see not a particularly tall Strigg, but he's very broad in build, and he sort of leans over the counter to look down at you, and he says, "What can I get for you?"
Hello, great sir. I would like one house drink, and do you have mead or something? Something kind of light on the stomach, not too alcoholic.
Oh yes, we've got just the thing. You're in luck. You've come to Winnowing Reach. The only thing we have are local specialties, but I think I've got something in mind that would help you. Here for your first drink, let's just give you one of these here. And he sort of reaches into a slate box and pulls out a small 1 ounce glass that has shimmering green gelatinous substance in it. And then he says, and something that's a little lighter on the stomach, a little less alcoholic. Let me just pour you one of these here. Now, we call this one here a shifting ale. So he goes and he pulls on one of the taps, and the tap you can see is sort of shaped like a curling tentacle type of shape, and is colored with like blue and purple and green. And as you tug on it, like a fizzy sort of ale starts to pour out. But like as the mug fills up, you can see that depending on how it's held in the light, it seems to reflect like a different color in the liquid itself. And he comes over and he sets it down in front of you, and he's like, "Well, that should do you right. If you want it light, a little less alcoholic, just make sure you drink it when it's green."
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll definitely do that. How much do I owe you?
He says, "Well, for the two of them, it'll be three copper."
You know, I lied, actually. Can I get 2 more of the house special, that weird, like, slimy green thing? Three more, actually. Yeah, let's do 3 more. I don't want my friends to wait when they come over here.
All right, not a problem. It'll be 9 copper, and I'll get that right up for you. Nope, that's not his voice. No problem. It'll be 9 copper, and I'll get that right up for you. I forgot. Yeah, so he sets up all of the little 1 ounce drinks, and he's like, "And don't forget, drink it while it's green if you want it light." Or is it orange?
Got it. Drink it while. Yeah, got it. Yep, totally. Got it.
All right, enjoy.
Thank you. And I pay him. I tip him.
Okay. So I'll assume you tip him a copper, so like 10 copper total.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and mark it off, and you struggle to carry the number of drinks that you have, but you manage to get them back to the table.
I have no shame in doing multiple trips, by the way. I'm used to it.
Oh, okay. So you do multiple trips then to bring it back. So the first one you arrive with Doc's, with your glass and with Doc's special drink, and you see that he is seated at a table with a servant and Hedge and 4 other open seats.
Okay. Hey Doc, I bought some drinks for our friends, and I kind of glance at the other two guys, waiting for Doc's judgment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he say his name yet?
Which one?
The hedge? Oh
Tin?
yeah, he did. It's
His
Tin.
name's Tin.
Tin.
Tin. Yes, with an N.
And
Like the
then
metal.
For and for Michael.
No.
And for Michael.
And for NyQuil, yes.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure. Yeah, this is my new friend, Tin, and his friend, Tanikel. Was I close?
My name is Tin. It's very nice to meet you. And this is my compatriot, Torin. And he sort of
Torin,
grunts.
yes. Torin.
Welcome to the table.
Tin and Torn, Jasper. And I just try to read the room and follow Doc's lead on, whatever's going on here.
Yeah, Tin's a stick man. Likes to play with sticks,
I think you're confused. He said, twigs. Yes, are you up for a game of twigs?
Can the four of us play?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pairs game. Torin will go ahead and deal us up. Would you like to partner with each other?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so you guys play out a hand, and after like a couple rounds of games, you see Morg, Bellino, and Munin come in the door.
I wave over to them and try to get their attention in the middle of the game. I have one drink for you guys to split.
Oh, did you guys end up sliding the other two drinks over to the two you're playing with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about those friends, and I arrived with extra drinks, so I didn't want to feel like a bad guy. I just don't want people to not like me. Ultimately.
Okay.
I see the green kind of slimy fluid, and I adjust my collar nervously and say, I'm not too thirsty. You go ahead.
Yeah, when I drink the drink, what does it taste like? Give me a full flavor profile.
Sure. So it has like sort of a burning sensation, as alcohol
Battery
does.
acid.
It has sort of like an acidy burn to it. But it just like slides down your throat in like one go. Like it just dislodges from the glass and down it goes.
Oh God. Jello or something.
Yeah, Jello shot.
I like the feeling of swallowing and then feeling like it's just crawling down slowly to your belly.
If you did take the opportunity to taste it, which did you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it has sort of like an earthy, musty sort of flavor, like sort of a mushroom. Except it's also got like a little bit of an algae-y kind of sea taste to it as well.
Mm.
So like a mushroom of the sea
with some seaweed in it.
Yeah, like a mushroom wrapped in seaweed that burns.
Okay. That burns. Nom 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 nom. The umami.
The servant Torin leans over and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty good, right? That'll warm your belly for the night."
Yeah, this is real warm.
So the two that are there with you, Tin and Torin, seem to just take theirs. In the moment you glance up and they're gone. Like the shots are gone. They've consumed them, and make no fuss about it.
Okay.
Unless you bring up playing, for keeps or anything, they're just playing Twigs for fun with you guys. So the rest of you arrive into Wrangler's Rest, and you find Doc and Jasper at a table playing Twigs with a large servant and a hedge.
Ah, Twigs.
Uh,
Would you like to play for money?
Oh, well, we don't have much, but we're always up for a game for a few copper.
Yes.
Okay. So
I need a partner.
you do.
I'm in.
Does I
Well,
mean you're gonna be the partner?
Sorry, I guess my mic cut out. I'm in.
Oh, I'm in. I think you said I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys play around. So both of you go ahead and roll. Well, you can either play it straight and roll an intelligence check, or tell me sort of how you'd like to play it. You can do an insight to try and read them and outplay them that way. An intelligence check is you just trying to play the odds, or you could sleight of hand to try and cheat.
I'm trying to just kind of lead the flow of the game. I don't know it well, so I'm trying to just get by on my charisma, really, and just try to, sweet talk, bluff, feign ignorance here and there.
Yeah, so do a deception check. So if you wanna try and bluff them, like beat them by just not giving away the cards you have, go ahead and make a deception check. Nice. And what about you?
I would like to gain some insight.
Okay, go ahead and roll an insight. All right, and they're gonna go ahead and here's. So I'm just gonna take the highest of the four of you, and we'll say that's the win there. Oh.
Spicy.
Oh,
Good thing they rolled
roll.
that before we decided how much we were betting.
He typed that out of character.
I did, yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, so it's clear after like a few hands that they're clearly more experienced twig players than you. Specifically, the hedge seems to be pretty adept at the game, and Torin seems to just be following his lead. But they end up cleaning. 6 copper off the two of you.
Oof, let me go get change real quick.
Shrewd players. Double or nothing?
Oh well,
I'm in.
We'll play as long as you want. We can play the night away. All right.
So, while they're playing, I'm going to use minor illusion to just make like a sound behind one of them that kind of like startles them and distracts them, and maybe Bellino will take advantage of that, maybe he won't.
Yes, during that moment in time, I would like to cheat.
Okay. I will let you know if you're trying to do it stealthily. I mean, you have to use material and somatic components for that one. So you have to do like gestures in the air.
Minor illusion requires that.
Yeah. It's the components for it. You don't have to say anything. There's no verbal one. But you may if you're trying to do the game, you may want to try and stealth off somewhere to where they can't see you. Though it's likely that if you just do that in the middle of here, someone may be aware that you're doing something, not specifically what you're doing.
I'll just turn around so they can't see what I'm doing. Like, just turn around and like I'm looking off at something else.
Okay. So what do you? You're just creating like a sound?
Yeah, just to distract them.
Okay. All right. So we'll do the roll here. So he did. Oh, whoops! Hold on, I screwed that up. So we'll just do that for one of their rolls. And here's advantage.
This still rolled pretty damn good.
Let me do. I meant to give disadvantage to them both, but I screwed up the top roll. So the real rolls are a 14 and a 15. So you guys can go ahead and make your checks. Oh.
I'm not very good at cheating.
Sorry, I was AFK for a second. You need me to roll a what?
Whatever gambling check you want to use.
You need to roll a 20.
Ooh, spicy.
Nice.
Okay. So you actually, you know, make a. Can you make a perception check?
Probably not.
Okay. So,
All right.
oh my god, you have a -1 perception. Okay. All right. So, it seems pretty clear. Like, when you're in the middle of the game, Bellino like goes to reach for a card, and when he takes the card, like another card falls out of his sleeve that you clearly see, but you notice it and like immediately sort of draw attention away from it, while Bellino like clears it up on the table. To hide the card back away. So it looks like the guys you're playing against didn't notice what was going on, but you end up drawing on it, and you
that loud distracting sound that occurred at the same time.
Got it. So it's probably a pretty genuine reaction from me. But then I try to just roll with it.
Yeah, and you managed to dupe them. So what was the sound anyway that you did, Munin?
Just like the sound of like something like falling off the table and smashing, like a glass smashing.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, so during one of their plays, like you do that, and it clearly distracts them. Like it throws them off. They end up losing that hand because of that distraction. To Jasper, who cleans up the take on that round.
Read 'em in wheat, boys.
Unfortunately, Bellino just like completely dumps the game, and like whether it's thrown off because he made like a grievous error in his sleight of hand, or just generally having a bad round. Any gains that Jasper managed to make in the game were lost by Bellino, even with the assistance of the distraction that Munin provided, unbeknownst to all of you.
Well, good game, guys.
They sort of stand up from the table and they're like, "Oh, well, gotta rest up. We've gotta get back to the granary tomorrow. It was good playing with you." And they sort of extend their hands to shake hands with you.
I slap my little squirrel paw right up in that hand, and I shake it.
All right, you're like when you're shaking the hand of the servant, like your hand fits like entirely in his palm.
But the hedge is a little more my size. He's dog size.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, he's still bigger than you, but you do what?
I give him my talon.
Like you cut him? Oh no, okay. Like you just reach out the hand. Well, because a talon is like the nail. That's not like your hand. A talon is like the sharp part of your foot.
That's how we shake hands.
What is the non-sharp part called?
A claw?
That sounds like the sharp part.
It sounds pretty sharp too.
The claw's the whole thing, or a foot.
It's called the footy part.
Because I mean, like a cat's got a claw, you know. That's
well, a cat has claws, but a cat has a paw. A cat has a paw with claws. A chicken, like birds, have a claw.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, I mean,
do we look? Our people are not chickens.
Well, Gallus's are.
Yeah, I'm not a Gallus.
Dude, you're sounding a little racist, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, so they shake whatever appendage that you give them that isn't your genitals, and then leave for the evening, and you know, bid you farewell and wish you good drinks.
And also with you.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do at Wrangler's Rest while you're here?
So I googled it, and they're just called feet for birds.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Feet are on the ground.
I've long gone to rest at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
Okay. If you go to
I
book
wanna
a
sleep in
room,
a bed.
it's 5 silver a night.
Oh, okay. Let me subtract the 8 over here. What the fuck?
Can we
my
all
gold
fit in
go?
one room? Are we bunking?
What did my gold turn to platinum automatically or what?
If you had enough of it, it probably did.
How much is a platinum?
It's 10.
gold?
It's 10 by it's a 10
fuck,
base system.
It auto did it then. Now let me see here.
Oh, it's because the merchants will give you change in the highest denomination.
So I'll change it back, and then I will subtract 5. Bada bingo.
5 silver,
Cool.
not 5 gold.
Oh, fuck. That's,
So if you had
how
1
much-
platinum, you should have 9 gold, 5 silver left.
Hang on. Okay, I had 32 gold. How much is silver to a gold?
You have 31 gold and 5 silver left.
Oh, okay, so 5 silver to 1 gold. Gotcha.
No, 10 silver to 1 gold. That's why you have 30. That's why you have 31 gold and 5 silver left because you
okay,
gave
yeah,
5
no, that's
silver away.
Gotcha. I thought intelligence is his weak point. You know, I'm still in character.
He's like Morg doesn't understand money. He just like throws coins at people. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else who wants to stay the night? It's 5 silver for the room. It's like 5 silver a bed.
I will pay for it.
Okay, so we'll assume that all of you go to bed and wake up the next day. So it is daybreak in the Winnowing Reach, and you have just awoken at Wrangler's Rest. You come down, and there is a buffet like set up, and the barkeep looks up at you and he says, "Oh, if you're hungry, you can get the buffet for 3 copper, all you can eat. Otherwise, there's other places in town if you're looking for food."
What kind of food are we looking at here? Morg is a foodie.
Yeah. So there is a lot of grain-based stuff here. So there's like a lot of bread, like muffin type stuff. There is something that looks like it has meat in it. That looks like it has some sort of ground-up meat in it. And there are several dishes that are clearly made from some sort of slime byproduct that you could argue was meat because it's sort of a muscle from a creature.
I'm gonna pay for the buffet, but I also have a question. Is scrambled eggs, is that like a faux pas? Like
I'm gonna say no. It's not a faux pas. They probably just don't eat. Like they don't eat like bird folk eggs. But birds exist in the world, as do like lizards and stuff. So
how much? Is it 10 copper to a silver?
yeah, it's a 10 by 10 system. It's always 10 to the next denomination up.
unless you're talking about Electrum pieces.
Electrum's not in here. Don't you fucking bring up Electrum. They're not in here.
That's funny. I do the same.
They're
thing
in the
my game.
books. They're in the books.
We don't talk about that.
I slap down 3 copper and I fill up on bread.
You don't want the one that has some ground meat in it, probably?
Was that the slime one or?
No. There's
was it-
one dish that looks like it may be some combination of like oat and ground meat that's like been mixed together.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that. then,
There's
yeah,
there's like a little sign in front of it that says Cupfus.
sure. It says what?
It says Cupfus. Cupfus. Cupfus.
Cupfus. I'll ask the bartender. I can't say I've ever seen food like this before. What exactly is a cupfus?
Oh, that's steel cut oats and ground meat.
Might I ask what kind of meat?
Oh, whatever the local game of the day is that was brought in. It doesn't look shady. Like, it doesn't look like they're serving you like some weird back alley meat.
Oh, okay, then I'm down with it. I'll eat my fill of that instead. Grains and meats.
All right. Yeah, and anyone who wants to eat, you can do that. You don't have to spend a ration. Otherwise, you're gonna have to spend a ration.
I'll have a plate of slime with meat topping.
Okay. Some slimy cupfuss.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I hate to fall into the racial stereotype, but I'm definitely gonna kind of peruse through the meals and try to pick out the nuts and stuff and kind of stash them away for later snacks.
You're in luck. They actually have
my fill-in for now, but I want a little pocket or cheek full or two.
They actually have roasted chestnuts out.
Oh fuck yeah. I'm just sitting around that like that's the watering hole.
How much copper was that?
Three copper. I just see Edward throw down like a random template. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, anyone who eats the buffet, go ahead and spend 3 copper, and you're good. Otherwise, just expend a ration off your sheet. And feel free to hit the long rest button on your sheet to get your spells back and everything.
Nice.
Yes, my copious spells.
to recharge your punches.
Lots back, baby.
I cast fist.
Okay. Well, that actually brings us to the end. So we'll stop here for the night. You guys had 2 combats and some role playing. So did you guys have fun? Any questions? Any concerns? Any?
That was a great time, man. I love that. It's been great playing.
I must know.
All right. So I have a good answer for this. So, Amiibo. So Jay and I last year had to go up to Minnesota for like a family member's funeral, and so we stayed at my aunt and uncle's who have a farm there. And one of the meals, they served us a bowl of steel cut oats and ground meat that had been like cooked down in a pan, and my uncle was like, "It's cupfuss." And we were like, "What the fuck is cupfuss?" And he was like, "It's cupfuss." And so we did get him to explain that it was oats. Mystic, you unplugged my monitor. Get him to explain that it was oats and ground meat, but and ground beef. But yeah, if you Google it, you can't find it. But is what he calls this thing that is apparently a thing that they eat there. In this, like in the farming community that he's in there. And we ate it. It was actually all right.
I think Google has forsaken me. I see nothing.
I know, dude. I have tried. But that's why you heard him chuckle when I said cupfist, was because it was a real thing that happened to us, that we just got served this thing, and then he's like, "It's cupfist." We're just like, "What the hell is that?"
What the heck? I mean, okay. Well, there we have it.
Stop showing everyone how tiny the town is, jokers.
What? I'm not even doing anything right now. It's not even me.
I can tell by the color of it. It color codes your templates.
I'm not doing anything.
That's definitely yours.
Maybe from earlier.
We can all see the color coding on the template.
Because mine's green, I believe.
I thought I deleted that.
All right, everybody. Thanks to everyone who tuned in for the stream. So we will be back next week for another session, another round of Humblewood here. Thank you to all the players that came on and played with us. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
thanks for having me. Thanks for putting in all the effort.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and come tune in next week for the follow-up on this, or tune in Thursday for when Meepo, who plays Morg on this one, is going to be continuing the Legacy of Titans, or tune in Monday and Tuesday where we'll probably be playing Gloomhaven or some other video game. But until then, goodbye, everybody.
Peace out.